why anxiety steals your sleep, and how to get it back. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm really glad you're here, because today we're talking about something that so many of us struggle with, yet don't talk about nearly enough: the way anxiety wrecks our sleep. If you've ever laid in bed physically exhausted, but mentally stuck in a loop of overthinking and what-ifs, you're not alone. That's a very real experience. And for people dealing with generalized anxiety disorder, or even just periods of high stress, it can become a nightly routine. In today's video, we're breaking down how anxiety hijacks your ability to sleep, how lack of sleep makes your anxiety even worse, and what you can actually do to change that cycle for good. Let's start by quickly going over what generalized anxiety disorder, or GAD, actually is. It's not just being a little stressed or having butterflies before a big day. GAD is a chronic condition where your brain is constantly scanning for problems, real or imagined. It feels like your mind is always running in the background, like 30 tabs open on a browser that never closes. You worry about money, relationships, your health, the future, that thing you said in passing 2 weeks ago. It's exhausting. And unfortunately, that kind of non-stop mental noise doesn't magically turn off when it's bedtime. In fact, it often ramps up just as you're trying to fall asleep. This brings us to the dreaded anxiety sleep cycle, which can feel like a trap with no exit. When you're anxious, your body floods with stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. That's your fight or flight system doing its job, prepping you to run from danger. But when the danger is just a looming deadline or a vague sense of doom, your body still reacts like it's in survival mode. Your heart races, your muscles stay tense, and your mind keeps spinning. All of this creates the exact opposite conditions of what your brain and body need for restful sleep. And then there's the other half of the equation. Sleep deprivation makes anxiety worse. There's real science behind this. When you don't sleep well, your brain becomes more emotionally reactive. The amygdala, which processes fear and threats, becomes overactive. Your tolerance for stress plummets. Things that might not normally bother you feel overwhelming. You're not just tired, you're wired and fragile. It's a brutal feedback loop. Anxiety keeps you awake, and sleep loss makes you more anxious. Let me paint you a picture of what this actually looks like in real life. Say you've had a rough day. You finally crawl into bed, craving rest. You turn off the lights, settle in, and then, boom, your brain decides it's time to replay that awkward conversation from this morning, or remind you about your unpaid bill, or worry about something totally irrational, like whether you offended someone 5 years ago. The hours tick by, and you're stuck in a loop of mental noise. Then morning comes, your alarm goes off, and you feel like you didn't sleep at all. You're running on empty, and the anxiety hits even harder the next day. This isn't just a one-off thing. Research shows that people with GAD are significantly more likely to experience difficulty falling asleep, frequent waking during the night, and restless, unrefreshing sleep. Even when they do get some shut-eye, they often spend less time in REM sleep, the stage that helps your brain process emotions and memories. That means your body might be technically resting, but your brain isn't getting the deep reset it desperately needs. But here's the part that gives me hope, and should give you hope too. You can break this cycle. It won't happen overnight, pun intended, but there are practical, science-backed things you can do to support both your mental health and your sleep hygiene. And that starts with building a consistent bedtime routine. Think of it like signaling to your brain that it's safe to power down. Try dimming the lights an hour before bed, cutting off screen time, and doing something calming like reading, gentle stretching, or journaling. The more consistent you are, the more your body will associate those cues with sleep. Another great tool is something I like to call a worry journal or a brain dump. Grab a notebook and jot down everything that's on your mind before bed. The big stuff, the small stuff, even the silly stuff. The act of writing helps clear mental clutter and send a message to your brain that you don't need to keep holding on to those thoughts. It's a way of offloading your stress, so your mind doesn't have to juggle it while you're trying to rest. And don't underestimate the power of breath work and body relaxation techniques. Simple breathing exercises like box breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold again for 4, can activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for rest and calm. You can also try progressive muscle relaxation, where you tense and release each muscle group in your body, starting from your toes and moving up to your head. It's like giving your body permission to let go of the tension it's been holding all day. Of course, we can't talk about sleep without mentioning caffeine and alcohol, two common culprits that mess with both your anxiety and your ability to sleep. Caffeine can stay in your system for up to 10 hours, so if you're sensitive, even a 2 p.m. coffee could be hurting your sleep. And alcohol, while it might help you fall asleep faster, disrupts deep sleep and often leads to early waking and grogginess. If you're stuck in an anxiety sleep loop, try dialing back or cutting these out temporarily to see how your body responds. Most importantly, know that you don't have to figure this out alone. If anxiety and sleep problems are affecting your quality of life, please consider reaching out to a therapist or mental health professional. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, is especially effective for both GAD and insomnia. You deserve support. You deserve rest. And yes, it is 100% okay to ask for help. So, to wrap it all up, anxiety and sleep are deeply connected, and when one gets off track, the other usually follows. But that doesn't mean you're doomed to feel this way forever. With some consistency, a few gentle lifestyle changes, and the right support, it is possible to calm your mind and get the rest you need. Your brain and body are on your team. Sometimes they just need a little help remembering how to work together. If you found this video helpful, or if you're on your own journey to better sleep and mental health, hit that subscribe button and join the community. We talk about real stuff here. No shame, no fluff, just practical insight and good vibes. And leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your story or what's helped you when anxiety comes knocking at bedtime. Thanks so much for spending this time with me today. I'm proud of you for taking a step toward understanding your anxiety and reclaiming your rest. You deserve sleep that actually restores you. You deserve peace at night. And if no one's told you lately, you're doing a good job, even if it doesn't always feel like it. Don't forget to subscribe to @Zakaprat for more honest, helpful content like this. Until next time, be kind to your mind, get some good sleep, and I'll see you soon.